Hey, welcome to Watchmen Waiting on the Lord. Today is December 18th. Today's topic, there's going to be quite a few things, and pardon me, I'm eating while I'm actually doing this, so I'm quite uncomfortable. So I wanted to do this though before I go out for a walk, so I don't have to come back and then do it and then put all my stuff together all at once. I want to discuss just quickly what consensus I've come to with my belief system, why it happened, and what I recommend with you. And what I recommend is what you do. And I hope that you can make it to the point I've made it at. And I'm not saying I'm at any special point, but I think it is special though. I'm, in my other videos there, I'm, demonstrating working with your hands and stuff like that. And God willing, right? There's nothing better than working with your hands, especially if it's, like a hobby or something. I've been doing a lot of hobbies in the last 2.5 years or so. Here's a piece of, it's just like a, you can see that there. Sorry. I got, and this has to do with my biblical message. I got about a whole bunch of wood, not a whole bunch, but I got like a 4x4x10. I got two posts, and I ordered like red oak and walnut, black walnut tabletop, and so my purpose is to try to make furniture. I have all the tools. I bought other tools, like carving tools, some cutting tools and stuff like that. I can't do everything in my apartment because of the noise, but I'll tell you something, it's a lot better than, so I'm going to try to take this and I'm going to try to carve like, I don't know if you know what a cabriole leg is, but my wood was messed up, so I can't make my cabriole legs now, but it's just a style of like a furniture leg. It's easy to do, but because the wood got messed up, like there's cracks down the center of it, I'm finding a mold, and I'm just gonna mold one out with my hand. Just do one and see how that goes. Take up a hobby. So what was I gonna say? And it made me realize I don't like with my throat, makes it difficult to speak to people, and especially like taking turns. It's really hard. I went out today for a couple hours with my friend. Remember I told you he's a Jehovah's Witness? Very nice man. And we went on, we went on a long walk and started talking about God. And I'll tell you something, there's nothing more I enjoy than talking about God. I feel like Paul Washer, because I'm not kidding you, and I'm sure some of you are like this. I'll tell you, like, I'll be honest, like, I don't have time for BS. I just don't. I'm not saying being with people, we have to be in the world, right? But we don't have to be of the world. We're forced to be in the world. I find it even tough to be around my like family, okay? Because in the first place, I'm not really around people all that often, and I just hear a lot of worldly stuff, and I've changed in a way, and that's why I keep pressing the point. Find yourself to the point where you're born again and understand what that means. I'm just at the point that every thought that I have, like, excuse me, in this video, if I walk out in the hallway, if I answer the phone, whatever action that I do with people, I'm convicted to treat them right. Unless someone's, purposely trying to hurt me, right? That's a different situation. You can't defend yourself. Don't think you can't defend yourself. I've come to a point where, that's where I am. Like, I just am in a space where I'm born again. I realize what sin is. I realize the destruction that it does. And I wasn't in a place like that before. I wasn't convicted of my sins. And for every action I did, it doesn't mean I don't get angry and stuff like that. And so I had a very good conversation today. And he asked me, and we discussed that. What does it mean? Who are the people who are supposed to be speaking for God? And I don't believe there's any new prophets, okay? You can disagree with me. And there are people on their YouTube channels that are very good with their theology, and they appear as angels of light. But there's no such thing as new prophets and prophetesses. There are messengers. But to say that there are, I'll tell you exactly what it means. Read the end of Revelations. Anyone who adds to this book the plagues, like the plagues that are in Revelation, and like Egypt, those plagues will be added to you. You're not going to be in a good place. You may laugh. Try it. Actually, don't try it. Pardon me. I'm going to take a sip of water here to catch my breath. This is what I've realized. We've seen in the last, please follow this example that I'm telling you, because I'm telling you the truth, and I think it's what everyone should do. But not all people know this, not all people want to do it, but I believe it's what God wants. And no, God didn't speak to me. A lot of people are saying that. Was David Wilkerson a prophet? He was a messenger of God. He had a vision, and we know that in the last days people are going to have visions and dreams. We know that. So there are no new prophets. If there's new prophets, that means that there's more added to the Bible. That means the Bible hasn't ended. We have what we need. Okay, don't let anyone trick you otherwise. So one of the things we discussed today was about the news, was about Jerusalem. Because, to be fair to each other, I let him make a topic and I make a topic, and sometimes it'd be just flow and conversation. I'm the type of person that gets to the point, okay? I'm not one of those people who likes small talk, and yes, I have autism, and that may be one of the reasons, but I prefer to get to the reality of that. So small talk, what's the point of it? To me, it's just empty. It's just empty, like you get in an elevator, how's the weather today type thing. Yes, I know that's just to be kind to each other, but so much has happened in the last, what is it, like almost 4 years now or something? Let's just say since the virus. A lot has happened. A lot. And my own journey was, pardon me, I'm going to take a bite while I'm doing this. My own journey was I'm subscribed to probably 50 or 60 different YouTube channels, okay? And it's just, I listen to videos when I'm working out. Like I'm always busy around here if I'm not here. While I'm here. And so I have things to keep me going. So what I've learned is my mind's going blank, pardon me. There's so much propaganda, and added to the propaganda, and let's just say they're all news channels, okay? It's not just the left. The left isn't good, we know that. And we're not talking about the left, we're talking about the far left. And what you see in America is the far right. You don't really see anything else. It's very rare to have, someone who's just, left or right. Everything's propaganda, and so I listen to a lot of the news, okay, because I'd followed politics since I was about, I don't know, maybe 15 to 18 years old. American politics and somewhat Canadian politics, and so I'd listen to it because it was my natural interest, and it was just getting insane. All the things that were happening, all the signs that came from the virus, but especially after the invasion of the Ukraine. So there was just deception, and I believe that was biblical. I believe that's what the Bible means about deception in Matthew 24, because it was an unreal level of deception. So to add to the mix, what I'm talking about is like the wars, all the things that's happening with the wars. To add to that are people like myself who are making YouTube channels, but mine's wholesome, okay? And you watch the Watchmen channels, and I changed from going to the news to making it wholesome and giving you a good message, because, and this is what I talked about with my friend who I just went on a walk with. Do you want to hear the news all day, all day, all day, all day? Like Kim Jong-un just launched a missile. There's a sub in the sea. There's 40 ships here. Aliens over there. I think you know better. And I got to the point where I was just like, in my head, I just couldn't stand all the noise. And that's what happened. I couldn't stand all the noise. It was getting too much. And I was like, telling my dad about all of it, telling my brothers all about it, telling you guys about it, and even some people around here, not like, trying to drill it in their face or anything, but it was too much. Pardon me a sec. I don't like being on camera when I'm real breathless, so I gotta catch my breath. Give me a sec. I think by doing that, by watching the news constantly, watching the Watchmen channels, it's like they're like, a lot of them are giving predictions, and they may say some good stuff in there, but it's like, folks, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. This was foretold. Listen, guys, do yourselves a favor. You know it's coming. There's nothing wrong with looking at the headlines, okay? This is my lesson that I'm telling you. Stop watching all these things. Stay to the wholesome ones. Stay to the wholesome ones. Or you're going to find yourself feeling like you're going nuts. what do? You do stuff like what I'm doing here. At the end of the night, maybe, look on your ticker on the bottom here on your laptop or whatever it is and look at the news. Let's look at the news. Let's see what it says here to give you an idea if it even comes up. Right when I want it to. Oh, you bastard. Just give me a sec. Can you remember what the news was like just like 3 years ago or before that? What you see here right now, this stuff just didn't exist. They're brainwashing you, okay? To put you into a state of they're desensitizing you. Okay, let's look at this. I'm going to read, oh, it just keeps disappearing. But what I can see with my eye here, or did, is, yeah, it's not working. I don't know, maybe it's because I have this recording at the same time. It never does this. It's the devil. The West accuses Iran of illegally. It just keeps not working. So let me try this. They're all bad news stories, every single one of them. Airstrike carried out. Governor Mary Simon Zelensky, Latvia to deport. Hamas post video. Listen, this is the way it is, all of it. Do you think that's going to help your biblical journey in any way? I speak to people who don't know both, who are born again. Read what born again means. Research it. Look at it. What it means to me is I got convicted. God convicted me on the spot. He let me know what sin is. Like, this goes right back to the beginning. Everything that we see here, all our pains, all these news stories, it has to do with sin. What is sin? It happened right at the beginning. The devil usurped the power from us. He took what was supposed to be ours, and we suffer for it because we went against God. Okay, so it began there. Pardon me a sec. When you realize what sin is, how destructive it is, the wages of sin is death, where sin leads, then you'll start realizing. Ask God to convict you of your sins. Do it. Ask it in genuine. If you don't know what I'm speaking about, then ask God to show you, because just maybe He will. You're going to end up with a nervous breakdown if you keep flipping on the news. And I know how tough it is, I gave up Facebook. I gave it up. Except, I'll go look and see if a message comes up for my business or something, I'll look. But I gave up Facebook, and I gave up, and this is the whole point of what I'm saying. So I gave up Facebook, and YouTube videos that weren't doing me any good, that were telling me bad news all day long. Like, it's good to know it, Hey, how much is it going to change? Probably not much. Just because you're not watching it doesn't mean you're not faithful. Actually, you're more faithful if you probably don't listen to it all the time and instead go to the Bible and read the Bible. Read the Bible. So that's the best thing you can do for yourself. There's nothing better you can do for yourself than that, and pray to God, and God willing, you can make your own YouTube channel and get your message out. You know what? I make this, and I know that some people who watch me have been through abuse and stuff like that. And, I've been through my own things. I don't say this much, but, I'm just not ashamed to say it anymore. along with, you know, my pain conditions and autism and stuff, I have complex PTSD. I have PTSD as well, and I hope to speak to you too. Um, I know what it's like. You know, I know what it's like to feel like paranoid and hyper vigilant and looking over your shoulder and all that stuff. And I hope these videos help you too. I don't like getting into it too much because, you know, and that's why I keep myself busy and read scripture, because, you know, you let yourself go and you can start thinking a bit too much. And I know some of you have been hit by narcissists, right? I don't mean literally, but maybe some of you. The evil of them. They're evil. All narcissists, what they represent, especially the covert narcissist. So what was I going to finish off with? Two things. Pardon me a sec. I couldn't use a tool in here. Like, I forget what it's called, a jigsaw. Yeah, I can't use it here. I tried it the other day. It's way too loud. So I had to use a coping saw for this. That was tough. You must be born again to be saved. I hope that hits you. It should hit you. It means you have to stay out of the world. Like, I'm trying to be an example for you because, like, it's been quite a journey. Just keep reading the Bible and pray to God that He convicts you of your sin, because, you know, when I read John, I forget exactly where it is, but it's in one of the first 5 chapters of 1 John. I never understood. It says, you know, that we cannot sin. What do you mean we cannot sin? Like, we sin all the time. I don't get it. Like, we sin with our eyes, you know. What does it say exactly? I forget. There are 2 spots, and I just went over it with my friend. But what it means is when you are born again and you have that conviction, and you realize what sin is and what sin does to you and the destructibility of it, and especially if you had a life like mine. You know, I drank alcohol for social reasons and to socialize, and did drugs, and those types of things, you know. Have to stay away from all that type of stuff. And I forget what I was going to finish off with. I'm doing this while I'm eating, so my abdomen really hurts. I hope that you can bring yourself to a spot where you can start giving up the worldly stuff, like Facebook. I'm not telling you to stop messaging your family, do all that type of stuff. But remember, I read those stats to you. In the human brain, they measure your dopamine in units. And a regular human has 100 units. Cocaine will bring it up, as you snort cocaine will bring it up to 400, and methamphetamines is like the top of them. I don't know what the number is for that, but 400 is very high. When you put like an Instagram post and you put like a Facebook post and you wait for a single like, you put a like, or hey, a like on a YouTube video, it does the same thing. That's why I gave up Facebook. Not that I was getting a lot of likes. I wasn't posting things that get likes anyways. I was posting Christian stuff. It's probably being hated. Anyways, oh, I don't want to leave to. Oh yes, this was the last thing I wanted to say, and then I'm gonna go for a walk. Is it true that this is what I believe, and you may not? Yeah, actually, give me a break and just like 15 seconds, and I'm going to talk about this because I'd like to talk about this and catch my breath. And I think I'll look up John. Actually, I think I'll look at it first. Sorry for eating right on camera, but I was just taking a small piece of wood and trying to do like a furniture leg. You can see that. But that's more like 2D. I know I have to sand it or rasp it, file it to try to make it. Yeah, it's fun to do. Masturbation. Not an easy topic to talk about, I guess. I was getting sleep paralysis. Demons, okay? I mean, like demons. Sleep paralysis. Everyone who gets sleep paralysis, who gets strangled, who gets smothered, who gets abused. I'm not joking. If you've had them, you know that what they do is they sexually abuse you and rape you. Okay, I'm not kidding you. That's what happens in them. You want these things to go away? Stop masturbating. It's the only way it's going to happen. And so that brings me to a verse. Paul the Apostle said it, right? He said, neither, this, and this will not, it says, what does it say? It says cowards, extortioners, narcissists. No, it says idolaters, but it says sexually immoral will not inherit the kingdom of God. So the question is masturbation sexually immoral? And this is my opinion. You may not agree with my opinion, but number one, fornication is wrong. Okay, I can see why it's wrong from the lifestyle that I lived. You start building scars, memories, and just like, reputation, all that type of stuff. It's not good. There's a reason why you're supposed to have a wife and not have those other memories and just be, just be good between you. And there's a lot of Christian videos talking about, is it okay? Is it okay? And you know what? I searched them, and before I was born again, I was looking for excuses that I could. And I was wondering, why are these sleep paralysis demons still with me? And when I stopped doing it, they stopped. You see so many videos talking about semen retention and this stuff. A lot of them are stupid, but it's true, okay? What people are making it out to be something that it's not. It's just sexually immoral. You may say, I don't think it is. It is. How many times have you, masturbated and not felt unclean and had like a dirty feeling about you? You feel like the spirit within you is lost for, what is it, like maybe a day, whatever. That is my opinion. You may think that I'm strict, but hey, I'm being strict because I'm obeying God, what I believe, and not just that, because I love God, He loved me first, but because I want to make it to heaven. And you look at the headlines and you know by what it says in the Bible that that's coming pretty soon according to the signs. And no, I'm not going to give you dates. I'm never going to give you a date. And actually, my hope and my message to you is that you make something good of this, that maybe you could make a YouTube video yourself. You don't have to, but stay busy. You'll find when you give up social media platforms other than something wholesome like this, that you keep your hands busy. You start doing things you love instead of listening to the news and being, that kind of news can give you PTSD literally. So God bless everyone. Hope this message gets through to you. And yeah, God bless.